You're listening to TIP.
Hey, how's everyone doing out there? So today's show is an episode that Stig and I really look forward to recording every year. And if you're new to the show, we travel to Omaha, Nebraska each year for Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger's Berkshire Hathaway shareholders meeting. During the meeting, we take the top 10 questions and do a recap of what we learned and thought about their responses. This coverage is going to stretch across 2 episodes, so on today's show, we'll be covering our first 5 Q&As that we thought were noteworthy. So without further delay, I hope you enjoy our coverage of the 2018 Berkshire Hathaway shareholders meeting.
You are listening to The Investors Podcast, where we study the financial markets and read the books that influence self-made billionaires the most. We keep you informed and prepared for the unexpected.
All right, so as you guys heard in the intro, we're going to be covering the top 10 questions that Stig and I both heard during this past Berkshire Hathaway shareholders meeting. It was a great meeting, as it always is. I really had fun. You know, the highlight for me is really kind of interacting with all the folks that come out for the meeting. I think this year, how many do you think we had that came this year for the bar crawl and everything else, Stig? How many do you think we had?
We should probably have a counter or something like that. I want to say that we're probably 200 people, like when we were the most people. Although 2 days just coming and going, I don't know, 400?
Yeah, it was busy. And we had a blast meeting everyone. So anyone who came out, just thank you so much for making the long trip out to Omaha. I'm sure you know, 99% of it was coming to see Warren and Charlie, but the fact that you guys hung out with us a little bit was pretty awesome as well. So without further delay, here's the questions that we're going to play.
This question comes from Paul Speaker of Chicago, Illinois. I believe he may be here today. He writes, one of your more famous and perhaps most insightful quotes goes as follows. Should you find yourself in a chronically leaking boat, energy devoted to changing vessels is likely to be more productive than energy devoted to patching leaks. In light of the unauthorized accounting scandal at Wells Fargo, of its admission that it charged customers for duplicate auto insurance, of its admissions that it wrongly fined mortgage holders in relation to missing deadlines caused by delays that were its own fault, of its admission that it charged some customers improper fees to lock in mortgage interest rates, of the sanction placed upon it by the Federal Reserve prohibiting it from growing its balance sheet, and of the more than recent $1 billion penalty leveled by federal regulators for the aforementioned misbehavior. If Wells Fargo Company is a chronically leaking boat, at what magnitude of leakage would Berkshire consider changing vessels?
Yeah. Well, Wells Fargo